Hello everybody, welcome back to MC Panda to another episode of Among the Blocks Development Diaries. It is episode 8 and today is the first part of building the cafeteria. We are going to be building the walls, floor and ceiling of the cafeteria as well as the emergency meeting function in today's episode. I also show off events I did off camera, so I really hope you enjoy it. Let's get right into the video. So here we are in the world, where in the last episode we built the first vent connection, we built kitchen, and we also built control. Now since the last episode I have built all of the other vent connections. So you can see, if we head over to boarding, hop in this vent, I have built all of them. So you come in here, you can see there's two ways you can go, and if you go this way, you can see this is a vent we built last episode. It's the one that runs from boarding to electrical, but now the vent to electrical is here. It's almost like a crossroads. So we have this one here that runs to medical. This one that comes out at this corridor next to the entrance of electrical. And this one which comes out at storage. So that is the first vent connection. Now if we pull up the map, you can see the white lines are the vents, so you can see where we're going to be building them, the rest of them soon. And I'm only going to build the others once all three of the rooms have been finished. So, here is what we're going to be building today. We are going to be building a cafeteria, and potentially engine if we get enough time, but I'm not sure if we will or not. So the design I'm going for cafeteria is very similar to the generic style we're going for with this build. And that is the grey concrete and netherite style. Simply because I wanted to keep cafeteria very simple. I wanted it to be a hub for the map. I'm going to be adding a bit more detail to the grey concrete. I'm going to add a layer of red terracotta and a layer of cyan terracotta, mimicking what the skeleton has. So, cafeteria is quite an awkward room to build just because of its oval shape and the fact it has lots of different entrances. So you'll notice a lot of gaps, for example that huge one at the corridor there. And those are intentional just because this is one of the more open rooms with a lot of entrances and a lot of exits. As you can see, what we're doing is just adding some red terracotta. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add these red and light blue stripes with the terracotta. Because even though the terracotta colours they don't correspond to what the blocks are named, these two still look quite a bit like what is happening in Skeld, which is what we're going for here. So I want this to be one of the more recognisable rooms along with electrical. Some of the others, however, have been completely transformed. However, this one I want to keep pretty faithful to the original. Obviously I've got my own spin on it and all the different entrances, and it's a lot smaller, but other than that it's going to be pretty much quite faithful. I'm also just going to build the corridor out here. which, again, it's going to be basically the same as all the other corridors. So I'll just cut ahead in the video to once I've finished these off. So now that this corridor is finished, we can begin working on the floor and the ceiling to this place. So for the floor, I tried out a couple of different blocks. Light grey terracotta is a little bit too pink, I think, for the room. Light grey concrete, I think, is the best option. I decided in the end to just go with simple. But I thought I tried smooth stone as well before deciding it was really a bit too similar to storage. It makes it look almost like a warehouse more than anything else. And an interesting one was acacia logs facing sideways, but I decided against it just because it looks a bit weird for a cafeteria, in my opinion. So we are just going to go with light grey, and I'll get back to you once I've finished building this floor. So I've begun building the roof here, and it's mainly going to be light grey concrete. However, I'm going to try and make a skylight in the middle, which will essentially allow you to look up and see the stars. It'll be above the meeting table, which will be in the middle. Today we are also going to be building the place where emergency meetings happen, which is going to be exciting. So here are the walls, floor and roof of the room finished. We have this really nice glass skylight. And if we set it to night time, you can see this area is a bit dark. However, I do hope to add a light actually in the table that will be here. But we have this skylight which allows you to look up at the stars and the moon. We'll set it to daytime just for the purposes of building. But yeah, that I think is a really nice feature. So as for what's going to be in here, there's going to be a few tasks, but the main feature is going to be the emergency meeting table. And unfortunately, this thing isn't a one-block center. So I am going to have to do this table, which isn't ideal, but it's the best we can do. And the emergency meeting button is actually going to teleport everyone to a room outside of the map, which will allow them to vote. It will have like chairs so you can eject people from. It's going to be very fun and very interesting. Then we're also going to add a couple of plates and cups using pressure plates and flower pots. And then if we just build a block out where the meeting room is going to be, then what we can do is teleport everyone to this block. Now we will eventually cover it up with black concrete, because otherwise you'll be able to see it from the balcony over here. So we will cover it in black concrete once we've built this room. But for now we're just going to teleport everyone to here. So we need to have /TP at all rather than at self. Then this has teleported me over here. I got the coordinates slightly wrong. So we just need to change those quickly. 58. So to trigger 2 command blocks at once, we're going to need to do a small amount of redstone, and it's just going to be a trail that leads to 2 different command blocks. I need to check, however, if this is going to work or not. Yes, it does. Okay, that's great. So you can see there's a small issue in that the command blocks are visible, and the way I'm going to resolve this is firstly, I don't think we'll be able to have stairs here, so we're going to replace the stairs with slabs to create a different kind of table design. Unfortunately, it does mean we'll have to get rid of our decoration, but functionality does need to come first. I'll add a plate and a cup just there. And next, we're just going to add some carpet around the table to cover up the command blocks. Now if we head down here, we're just going to have 1 command block to teleport the player and another to say emergency meeting called. And we're going to do the same thing at the report your body button in the ghosts room. So between episodes, I will put the same commands in the ghosts area. When they respawn in here, they'll press a button to report their body, because obviously there's no way to report bodies in Minecraft. It does mean meetings are going to be a lot more frequent. However, I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing if we just play with fewer people, because I'll only be playing it with friends anyway. So yeah, we'll have probably about 6 or 7 people play with 1 imposter is how we'll probably do it. So having a meeting after each kill isn't going to be a bad thing. So you can see it just teleports us here and says emergency meeting called, and there's not going to be any windows in engine, and from the balcony we'll cover it up in black so that you can't see it. So now it's time to build this room. It's essentially going to be a very large table where the players can sit. And then each player is going to have, each chair, shall I say, is going to have a button where you can eject that player and they will fall down to the ground. Or fall into space, as it's meant to be. So if we teleport to the emergency meeting room, you can see I've built this huge room with this huge table where everyone's going to sit for the meeting. And it's pretty basic, it's just the same as everywhere else. But it has lots of seats where people can sit and they can cast their vote. The way we're going to do that is that each player is going to have their own shulk box. So each colour will have a shulk box here, and each player will be given a voting token, which they simply put in the box. You see who has the most, and then you flick the lever to eject that person. And that is how this is going to work. Now I need to go and place a shulk box for every single colour. So now we have all of these shulk boxes in place. I had to have this solution for tan and lilac because they don't exist as actual colours. We just need to provide some voting tokens. So the way we're going to do this is we're going to have some barrels in the floor that they can collect their token from. I just realised I didn't actually provide a skip barrel, so I'll need to do that quickly. We'll have this one on the ceiling here for skip vote. So all of these barrels are now filled up with voting tokens, and what they'll do, they'll put in the shulk box who they want to vote for. So now, the way we're going to do the ejection seats is I need to get rid of the block below all of these. And then there's going to be a button you can press above the chair to eject that person, and then there's also going to be one to put the chair back. Because we're going to be using a set block command to set the chair block to air. I'll show you how one of these is going to work, and then the rest of them I will do off camera. So what we'll have is a command block going like that. And then we'll have repeaters leading to a command block that simply sets the block back to Dark Oak Stairs. So if we get the coordinates of this chair, they are 63, 62, 139. We want to /set block 63, 62, 139. We'll then check those coordinates are correct. Yes, they are. We'll have this block set to air. And then if we head over here, when the repeater block finishes ticking down, we will set that same block back to Dark Oak Stairs. I imagine the Dark Oak Stairs item thing is just Dark Oak Stairs with underscores. However, I will check that in the commands interface. Yep, this is the command for Dark Oak Stairs. So if we just drop down here, we'll see what happens. Okay, that didn't work. It put it on this block instead. So I guess, oh, this is 140. Wait, okay. I must have been standing here then, so it worked. We just need to set it, we just need to change these to 140. So hopefully, yep, it removes the dark oak stairs, and it puts it back the wrong way, which is annoying. Okay, so it's actually just a number that you need. You need dark oak stairs 2 to have it facing north. So if we just do this way, it gets rid of this and places it back in the correct orientation. So because I've been recording for an hour, we are going to end the video there, and I'm going to do a part 2 where I do all the tasks in Cafeteria and hopefully do engine as well. So that'll be coming out next Wednesday. As I'm recording this, it isn't uploaded, but once episode 7 is uploaded, I will be putting in the comments basically like an episode plan for how I imagine the series is going to go from here. So I'll have what we'll be doing in each one, but I'm really happy with the progress we got done today. In between episodes, I'm going to do the report, I'll do the commands for the report body in the ghosts room, and I will also do the tedious task of building this outside every single one of the slots. I'll also cover it over with black concrete as well. So I'll do that all off camera because it would be very boring to watch. So thank you all for watching today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Leave a like if you did. Subscribe to see more content like this. And I will see you all next time. Goodbye.